Hi everyone, it's Cindy. Welcome back to Studioloo. I'm back today for day 12 of Junk Journal January, and our prompt is Throwback. So this is a fun one. What I got to thinking about was like, what do I have in, I have a lot of vintage books, a lot of things that are kind of like throwbacks for different reasons, but I decided to go with something a little bit like, kind of like personal to people, right? So I went with this. This is a 1964 yearbook, and it's really beautiful. It's one day going to make a really nice large like lapbook style journal or something. So it is from it's a university, Queen's, I believe. Yeah, Queen's University, which is in Kingston, Ontario, Canada. So I do often use yearbooks for different kinds of ephemera making because they really are just like nice, and they kind of lend themselves to making ephemera because of kind of the shape of, the way things are laid out. This book thankfully has some women in it. A lot of the older university yearbooks were mostly men. They're also good for fussy cutting. They also have like a lot of nice like group shots and stuff like that, but I think I'll just kind of take a bit of a random page here from this. And this has a really nice, this particular yearbook, it's probably one of my favorite. It's hard to explain. I don't know if you can see on the page, but it has like a plasticky coating that's just like a little bit like, I don't know how to explain it, but it's really fun. Okay, so let's take our yearbook out of the way here. Oops. Okay, so I think what I want to do with this maybe, so this is kind of an interesting shape, but it's quite wide. We could make a couple of fun pockets with that. We could do journal cards. Obviously you can cut this out however you like. I'm just going to grab some scrap paper out of my bin here. Okay. So let's just begin kind of tearing this apart. So I think I'll make a couple of journal cards. In a couple different shapes. Just a fun and easy kind of project. And then we have these little bits over here. And what I think I'll do with them is something slightly different. I might make like little like dog tag type tags out of them. That's just a term I just kind of came up with, but I think you'll see what I mean when I get to it. So I also have this, which could be kind of cool. I only have this snarky one, but obviously you can get all sorts of different types of words that you can use here. So I'm thinking here we go. Here's a fun one. It's a beautiful day to leave me alone. Let's give that to her. And you can decide if you want to cover the name. I think I will. Just in case this lovely lady doesn't want to be represented as so snarky as I'm making her today. Okay. And I think that's all I'll do with these for now. Okay, so I actually decided that I am going to use more of these words because I found some that are pretty great. So I'm going to use this one that says, I survived another meeting. That should have been an email because that's pretty much my life a lot of days. As I'm sure for many of you who work in any kind of a business job, especially nowadays. So let's go with that. And then these ones, this one is, I'd like to announce I have no idea what I'm doing, which I like. I feel like with these sayings, there's some that I feel are particularly more masculine and others are more, I think, feminine, and that like I would feel more comfortable hearing them come out of a particular person's mouth when I look at them, and I don't want them to seem like too snarky and awful. Because some of those Tim Holtz snarky, is it Tim Holtz? Yeah, it is Tim Holtz. Yeah, there's some of them are so like, whoa. Yeah. So we're not going to be, this one is, excuse me, here is your nose. I found it in my business. Okay. So that's fun. Those are fun. I'll go back to those. And well, actually I may do this now too. We'll see. We're just going to kind of work on everything at once here just to get this stuff all backed, because I need to thicken these up and also turn the back into something that can be journaled on. So I will get these glued down. These are just scraps that I cut something out of, so it's actually kind of nice to have these little strips of ephemera to use on them. This one go here, not quite, maybe over here. Yep. Okay, so we'll set those aside. Obviously I'm going to be cutting them out, and I want to now pack the larger cards on here. I'm not too concerned about the glue because I'm going to definitely be stitching at the end of all of this. But let's work on these ones right now because I think they will be fun. Did I leave myself much space on that one? No. Let's take another piece of leftover paper, this like tin foil kind of looking paper. We'll stick that one on there, because I want a little collage type room, and then I don't think that'll fit anymore, which I'm okay with. So we'll just cut this out. Cut the other side off here. Get another piece of paper I could glue this one onto. Right there. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so now I will cut all of these out. I'm just going to take a minute off camera to do that so I don't just make you watch me cut. Okay, so everything has been backed, and I also went ahead and I just stitched around the edge of our little dog tags, as I'm calling them. You know, you could even like link them all together as like a keychain of little things. But anyways, let's move on. So what I want to do with these is I want to eyelet the top of them. Just put a hole in each one at the top. Oops. Sorry, I just punched that with a baby touch. I don't know why. Okay, there we go. And then plunk an eyelet in each one. I've got kind of a mix. I have 2 black eyelets and a couple of bronze colored ones. If you were using these all in one project, probably you would want to use the exact color, same color. Ooh, slippery, slippy slippies. Okay, get in there. I always pick up my eyelet punch backwards for some reason. There we go. And the last one. Okay, so then we have these, and then what I just like to do around the edge is I just want to use a little Distress Oxide in black, soot, just to kind of outline a little. You could also add a little like of a browner tone or spray them with coffee to give them aging. And then obviously you can thread them with anything you like up top there. Or you could put them on like a little key ring and have them be a little collection of like journal cards all together. Okay, so those I think I'm happy with as is, and then these I want to do a little bit of collaging from scraps with to just have a little fun with these ones. So I just grabbed a few bits and bobs from my scraps, and I'm just going to tear a bit of paper and just have a little fun doing some collage with these. Because I think that, you know, having these vintage yearbooks, it's nice because, like, just because of the way that the people, you know, looked at the time, the hairstyles, the clothing, what have you, like, it will give kind of an immediate sort of vintage feel to whatever you're making, and you haven't had to do a lot really to achieve that, except for using this fun material. So keep your eyes open for vintage yearbooks at your thrift stores and stuff. The other day my husband sent me a link because he's like, you know, look at this. And it was like, there was a guy in Maryland, I think, who he was selling off like what looked like hundreds of vintage, like old yearbooks from some collections. So yeah, it was really neat. He was saying, like, does anyone know, like, these, he was giving them away, actually. He was asking, like, does anyone know of anywhere that would like to take, you know, these yearbooks kind of thing. Probably not, though. I think most of the time, like, schools and stuff, like, they keep a bit of an archive of that kind of stuff, so it's not an easy thing to really sell your yearbooks unless you find the right kind of collector. That. I think I want to add this on here with the button. I'm going to do that at the end, though. We'll keep going. I've got some of this nice coppery paper. Let's see if we can add some of that. Maybe a little thin bit of it with this fun pinking along the edge. So many glue papers. Okay, there we go. Put this up here maybe. Just let it hang off a little because we're going to trim anyways. That, and then over here, do we want to put any of this or do we have enough? Yeah, maybe a little bit would be fun. Like that. fold that around the back. There we go. Okay. And then I have a little bit of this kind of notebook map type paper, and that might be nice. Just a fun way to use up some scraps, which I'm always a fan of doing because they really do multiply overnight. I don't know. My scraps definitely multiply. I don't know how to keep up with them. I've tried many different things, but I've decided that every now and then I'm just going to purge and like dump out half of my scraps into the recycle bin. You can't keep up. All right, and then I feel like I just want to go grab, I have this little bin of like small, actually I'll use something from this, my exploding ephemera book. This thing is, yeah, it was a little early in my days of like thinking about how to organize ephemera that I made one of these from someone's tutorial, and it just is not what I'd hoped for. So I need to reorganize that a bit. I mean, it still works okay. That was a little too big. So I'm just looking through like stickers and stamps and little things that I have that I hold on to and that I make, like little bits. This one is cute, year after year. That might be nice because it's like a yearbook. So let's see where we want to put this. Maybe on a bit of an angle right there. That's kind of cute. Then over here, I grab these two little stamps. Oops. Come back. Oops. This one here. Is that upside down? No, okay. I almost always put stamps on upside down. I don't know why. But I do. Okay. That looks good. I need something else for this one, I think. I actually really like how the stamps look, so I may keep that. What else do I have that I would like on here? Just looking through all my bits and bobs. So here we go. Here's maybe this little bit of ink. That might be fun on there. Let's put that. It's a little sticker that says ink. It has an ink bottle and a bit of an abstract feather pen. So let's put that on there. And then a stamp on this one. Right here, I think. All right, so now I just need to trim all the extra bits around the edges. Let's stand this book up so we don't have an ephemera explosion here. There we go. Where are my scissors? Right here. Okay. Right, get rid of all these little excess bits and bobs. And then over here, same thing, just trim this away. And I'm gonna leave that bit of copper paper on the back there because it's just really cool. All right. So now we have this, and I want to come in with a bit of ink and just kind of age everything. I'm going to do that though, I think, with maybe a brush. Make sure it's clean, and it is. Okay. So just kind of come in and just gently age everything with a brush, especially that really bright white sticker. There we go. And the same with this one. These brushes are really good, these makeup brushes, for like more even distribution of your ink, so you don't get like those splotchy marks of the round, like the round edges of these. And they are very inexpensive too, which is nice. Then I think what I'll do, just the same as I did with the cards, is I'm going to go around the edge with a bit of black just to give it a little frame. Okay, and this one. Alrighty, now I will go do some stitching on that and come back and show you the final product of both of these. I'm probably going to add something to each of the tops of these, so I'll be back to show you. Okay, so I've stitched around everything. This one I added a little bit of dyed lace with some threads up top and just did a bit of a messy stitch a couple of times around. This one I added that little button band that I've had hanging about on my desk. And then these ones, we already saw those, and I think that they're really fun. So yeah, that's my little throwback project for today. I will see you tomorrow with the next day of Junk Journal January, so thanks for hanging out with me. Bye for now.